Hi, this is Carrie Brownstein.
This is DJ Premier.
This is Darren Aronofsky.
You got the RZA right here.
Rose McGowan.
Radiohead.
Aisha Tyler.
Tribe Called Quest. Fred Armisen.
Prince Paul.
Javier Munoz. Seth Meyers.
Frankie Cosmos.
Flying Lotus.
Hi, we're Chaim, and you're listening to the Talkhouse Podcast.
What's up? What is up? I'm your host, Elliot Einhorn. Welcome back to the Talkhouse Podcast. Let me tell you guys, we had an amazing time for our second year in a row at Life is Beautiful Festival out in Las Vegas, Nevada. For those of you who have never been, Life is Beautiful is a massive music and comedy festival that takes over downtown Las Vegas for 3 amazing days. Headliners this year were Chance the Rapper, Post Malone, and the Black Keys. And our producer, Mark Yoshizumi, and I flew out to catch some amazing sets, notably, big shouts, Billie Eilish, who totally fucking slayed. Last year, the Talkhouse recorded some great talks backstage. This year, we actually presented 3 live events at the Kicker right in the heart of the festival. It was awesome. On the Friday, our guests were Fred Armisen, SNL's Chris Redd, and Portugal the Man. On Saturday, for the Life is Beautiful Ideas panel, we paired Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Tony Hsieh, CEO of Zappos. And on the Sunday, we recorded the talk you're about to hear. Kaitlyn Bristowe of The Bachelor and Bachelorette in conversation with comedian Nikki Glaser. Now, listeners, I'm a big fan of Nikki's. She is absolutely hilarious, legit one of the funniest people in the world. But what I don't know very much about is something called the Bachelor Nation. So to give us some insight, I brought in the big guns as my co-host today. TV Guide Associate Editor Liam Matthews. Liam is co-host of A Beautiful Podcast to Fall in Love. That's TV Guide's unofficial Bachelor Nation podcast. His co-host on the show is Jacqueline Trumbull from season 22 of The Bachelor, as well as Bachelor in Paradise. Liam Matthews, welcome to the Talkhouse, man.
What is up, Elia?
Hey, I'm so glad you could join us. I need your expertise, good sir.
Well, I am so glad that my expertise in this finally comes in handy.
So tell us a little bit about the show and tell us a little bit about Kaitlyn Bristowe.
Audiences met Kaitlyn Bristowe in 2015 on Chris Sewell's season of The Bachelor. So then the next season of The Bachelorette, she and another woman were chosen as co-bachelorettes. And
that was the first time they did that, right?
And the last time they did that, it was a disaster.
Okay.
So she was the one that the men chose, and she ended up having like a very important season, and she kind of changed the franchise in a lot of ways.
In what ways?
So her season was one of the first times that the show ever talked about sex.
There was also, I have to say, Liam, I watched a few clips before Kaitlyn joined us live at Life is Beautiful. We don't see much, but we hear some stuff from behind closed doors on that season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, because she hooked up with this guy, Nick Viall, so he's another important guy. But before the end of the show, before the fantasy suites is when the final 3 the final 3 contestants get to have an overnight date.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's where it gets steamy.
So they hooked up before, which, was like very controversial. And then he brought it up during the reunion and he said, if you weren't in love with me, why did you make love to me?
Oh.
It was a very, very controversial moment because she didn't pick him. She picked another guy. So he was accused of slut-shaming her.
I can see why.
Right, and bringing this thing out into the open. But it was a great thing to bring it out into the open, I think, because it made the show more honest. And as we know, Kaitlyn Bristowe is very honest and very,
forthcoming, shall we say.
And talking about sex on The Bachelorette led to the conversation with Nikki Glaser that we are about to hear.
Definitely. And here's what's interesting about Kaitlyn as well to me. After her time on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, she's launched a couple of pretty successful businesses. There's this scrunchy line called Do Edit. Do you know about this?
I don't.
Okay.
This sounds crazy,
She
though.
started,
what is this?
She does limited runs of scrunchies that she designs, right? They sell for $17 online. But on eBay, these things are going for literally anywhere from $65 to $150 a pop for one scrunchie. Dude, these are like the Yeezys of scrunchies.
Absolutely.
It's nuts. And then she also just launched her own line of wines called Spade and Sparrow.
Oh.
Kaitlyn is an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Putting her own brand together. That's good. I mean, $17 for a scrunchie seems like a lot on its own.
It does to me. I mean, don't you buy those like, 3 for $1 or $2.
Yeah,
at the
right?
store. But, I haven't worn scrunchies in many years. I don't know. Kaitlyn's also started her own podcast. Don't let it compete with yours, Liam.
No.
Hers is called Off the Vine with Kaitlyn Bristowe. Now, the other guest on today's show has actually appeared on Off the Vine, and it was so fun to get Kaitlyn Bristowe and Nikki Glaser together on the Talkhouse podcast. Nikki's hosted 3 hit podcasts, 2 acclaimed TV shows. She's appeared on late night far too many times to count, caught multiple specials, and toured the world. Liam, intersecting with your work over at TV Guide, she's also famously appeared on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, which Kaitlyn Bristowe famously did not. And they talk about that on the show. She was on Dancing with the Stars, I think, last year, and she was the first person eliminated, which is a dubious honor.
It's a dubious honor for sure. That's a rough one. Well, back to doing what she does best. Her new Netflix special, Bangin', just dropped October 1st. I watched it yesterday, the day it came out. You just watched it this morning.
Yeah.
We both found it to be fucking hilarious.
It's really, really funny.
I watched it on the subway here in New York, and I was that guy, like the one who's like laughing out loud and trying not to on the train. Now, of course, with this being Kaitlyn Bristowe and Nikki Glaser, this is a hilarious talk.
Yes, it's very funny, very no fucks given, unfiltered, raunchy, sexual podcast.
Boom! We certainly hear a lot about both of their sex lives. Again, I refer to my Bachelor Nation expert. Tell us about Kaitlyn's partner.
Yes, so if you are a Bachelor fan and you're listening to this podcast and you want to hear about her relationship with Jason, you're going to hear a lot. You're going to hear a lot about Jason Tartick's penis. If you want to know, if you want to know what it's like, she'll tell you all about it.
And she does. But she addresses another kind of dick on this show, Liam. The creator of The Bachelor.
Yeah, so the creator of The Bachelor is this guy, Mike Fleiss, who she blames for not letting her go on Dancing with the Stars, and who recently was arrested for, abusing his wife.
Wow.
Charges were dropped. But he's just a notorious figure, just like not a well-liked guy.
He's a heel.
He's a real heel. And on this show, they openly call him a piece of shit, which you almost never hear the former lead of a show call the show's creator. So, unfiltered, raw.
This conversation definitely is all of those things. Kaitlyn also spills some tea on her complicated relationship with JJ Lane.
Yes, who she saw at Ashley and Jared's wedding.
Which we get some unique insights on.
Yes.
And we hear a lot about Ben Higgins.
Yes. Nikki loves Ben Higgins, as we all do.
Which season was Ben?
He was on Kaitlyn's season.
Okay.
And then he was The Bachelor.
Gotcha. Listeners, you see why I had to bring in an expert?
Oh my God, you don't know this?
Their absolutely hilarious talk also takes in the benefits of getting tied up in bed,
why men should explore their assholes,
dating bisexuals,
and Nikki changes Kaitlyn's life by teaching her how to fart silently.
Should we roll the tape?
Spread them cheeks.
Give me a big Life is Beautiful welcome. Nikki Glaser, Kaitlyn Bristowe.
Thank you.
Wait, I'm usually used to like a stand, but now I feel like I'm such a comedian holding my own mic.
Oh
Like,
my
is that like a
God.
thing? When you take off the mic from the stand and you
just,
walk
like,
around?
Yeah, you're totally like a comic. It's just not as sad.
And just not as
and
funny
lonely.
as you.
Yeah. No,
Funny.
no. You're so funny. That's the thing I like about this girl is that she... who watched Kaitlyn on The Bachelorette, Bachelor? I mean, me too, girls. Didn't you fucking love her so much? Like, you just were like... I want to be friends with her. And then I am living my dream. I get to be friends with her. Like, it's so wild to me.
She was on my season of The Bachelorette.
I was. And
Yeah.
that's before I ever even knew that I would, like, love you. Because then I watched your whole season. I was like, oh, my God, I should have made a better connection with her the day we shot. Like,
I think you guys wanted to hate me.
What? Really?
Well, no.
Maybe.
I think he wanted me to not
everyone
be as
wants
funny as I was.
Yes, that's
Like,
true.
Like, I think you're like, oh, this is going to be really like a tragic date where like she isn't funny and all these guys aren't going to be funny.
No, and then you were so funny. So let me just tell you what the date was. So it was the first season, or it was the first episode of Kaitlyn's season as the Bachelorette. She brought on Amy Schumer to teach the guys how to do stand-up.
Yeah.
And half the guys came and they were trained by Amy, and then Amy brought her friends, me, Rachel Feinstein, and Bridget Everett, to like talk to the guys and train them. And we all went in, and you did a set too that night. The
Yeah, I
guys all
did.
did a stand-up set. They were terrible.
Yeah.
You got up. You
They
were
were so bad.
hilarious. And I remember Rachel and I being like, she's funny too. God damn this bitch. Like, we were so mad about it. Like, you're right. We wanted you to not be funny at least because you're just so like effervescent and beautiful. But then
No.
you ended up being funny too. But that day, oh my God, I secretly am so sad about that day because I'm in love with Ben Higgins. And I've talked about
yeah,
this
you
before.
Are. Yeah, you are. He's here.
I-
He's in Vegas right now.
He is.
You should have
I
slid
know
into
he
his
has a
DMs
girlfriend.
again.
No, he has a girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, right.
They're gonna make it too. They
Do you
seem
think
so happy
so?
on Instagram. I literally had to stop following on Instagram
She's
because
a
it was so
virgin,
upsetting
though.
to me. She's a virgin?
Yeah.
Oh God, he's not gonna like me. If he's into that, he ain't into this.
Well,
That she's a virgin.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's not using that.
Well, wait.
Jesus Christ.
I think she is. I might be making up rumors right now.
Maybe they were. She was a
She
virgin
just looks
before
like a
him.
virgin.
Oh, well, that's a weird assumption.
She's just like the most innocent, pure soul
know.
ever. I guess I assumed she's a virgin.
And I respect their relationship. I don't even want to like step on it, but I do hope that they fail eventually. And
Yeah.
no, I
For your sake, I kinda
love
do.
Ben Higgins. When I first saw him I on your season, I remember being like, who the hell is this guy? I like made a mental note, like track this man, make sure, and then he goes
Really?
to the very end with you.
You know what? To be honest, I remember him sitting on the couch on night one, and you know that they had to do the voting thing where it was me and another girl, Britt, and they had to vote on who they wanted to be the
Yes.
Bachelorette. And I remember
Yes.
Ben looking at me and going, "It's you by a long shot." And I remember being like, "You probably won't last very long."
Oh my, really?
Yeah, he just
With
he
those
wasn't
eyebrows?
Like, his eyebrows were great. I didn't like his style. He had really bad like suit
Oh, I
game
love
on
that
night
about
one.
him because it makes it seem
Now-
like attainable. Like he's so hot, but
Totally.
his style is shit, and he has all these weird tattoos that say God phrases on them. And I'm like, oh, good, that's how I'll get him. I'll make fun of his tattoos, and then we'll like, because people go, he's too godly for you. He's too religious, and I'm like, yeah, but we'll just like joke about it. Eventually, I'll be like, oh, I've got God, and he'll be like, oh, I can't believe I ever believed, and then we'll like have fun.
It'll be your like bonding. It'll be the pivotal moment in your relationship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or I'll get godly. I'll throw on a fucking bonnet and stop having sex.
Wait, does that mean you're godly if you throw on
I don't
a bonnet?
know. I don't know what he's into, but I'll do whatever he's into. He's so hot. So listen, I'm not joking you, Kaitlyn. Okay, on your seat. So I was so mad because half the guys went to the episode I was on. He was not in. I could have laid some groundwork with him that day, but instead it was like JJ. You know, like
Oh, the worst. I saw him recently at a wedding.
you did.
Yeah, and it was the first time I've seen. We had like a couple Twitter wars, and I like made
God.
fun of him for living in his mom's basement and like cheating on his ex-wife. And I was like, "You're a piece of shit." And then I had to see him at a wedding, and I was like, "Hi."
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's so good to see you're engaged. Congrats.
Oh, that's gonna last.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys look so happy. It was so awkward.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I had
Whose
to.
wedding? You guys all go to each other's weddings, and there's always a new wedding every
It was
week.
Ashley I and Jared's wedding, which is so funny because I'm like,
We gotta talk about Ashley I and Jared's wedding.
I made a joke because I'm like, Ashley I is getting married before me, and I was the Bachelorette.
Oh, that's
And she
fucked.
was like on my season of like when Chris Soules was the Bachelor.
Oh yeah, you
and
guys
she
were.
was there, and I remember like being like, this poor girl.
Oh, didn't we all go?
Yeah.
Ashley, get it together, girl.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
it together. Jared doesn't like you.
Yeah.
She's crying on that goddamn island, going, I love him, Jared. I remember being like, keep your cool together.
Yeah.
You're embarrassing
She has
yourself
zero
and
chill.
pushing this man away. You mean your future husband? How did you do it, Ashley I? How did you do it?
She is the most self-aware human being I've ever met. Like she's like totally fine. Did someone say what?
Yeah,
no, she really is. She is so self-aware and she owns her emotions, and I swear that's what got him. Like she was like, obsessed with him, and she owned that, and she didn't hide it. And then as soon as he finally went on to like another season of Paradise in like Australia or some shit, then she was like moved on to Kevin, the guy from Canada, who's like a hot firefighter.
Yeah.
And then that was the second he was like, oh.
Okay, that tells you so much. Like, they don't care until they can't have you. Like, that's why just never let them have you. That's my goal.
Yeah.
That's my new thing. Just never let them have you, and then they'll always want you. Then you don't get anyone ever.
But who wins there? Like, I don't know. It's crazy, too, because Jared was on my season.
Yes.
So then I'm sitting at their wedding being like, what happened to me?
Wait, tell me about this wedding. Okay, first of all, who was there? Was there any other weird, awkward interactions from your past?
Yes, so many.
Okay.
All of my ex-boyfriends were there.
Dude.
Which, by the way, Nick Vial, I don't even know how to say his last name. Oh.
It almost was your last name, and you don't know how to say it. I would have been writing that. I write Nikki Vial in my notebooks.
Really?
Yeah, he's DM'd me before, and I'm fantasize about where that could go.
Why don't you hit that?
I'm trying to. Are you kidding me? He wanted to start a podcast with me. He doesn't want to bang me. It was really unfortunate.
Well, maybe that was his way of wanting to bang you.
No, I was like, we can bang and do a podcast. He was like, no. So like, I pitched it. Believe me, I pitched it.
I actually meant to ask him at the wedding, how do you pronounce your last name?
Yeah, Vial.
It is?
It's Vial. Yeah, it's terrible.
I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
It's one of the worst last names. It should just be Vial.
I thought it was. Or Vial, or it's Vial.
Vial. And his podcast is Vial Files. And I'm just like, no, it's Vial Files, okay? Just change the way you say it. Stop.
It's so funny though, because don't record this. Everybody put your phones down. But in my last relationship, he was like,
this is being recorded for
okay,
a
whatever.
podcast.
Oh, right. But in my last relationship, it was obviously a problem. And Jason's like, yeah, let's hang out with him. Like, Jason's so secure in himself that I'm like, oh, this is fun. Like, I can actually like move forward with this and not feel a shit ton of shame around it. Great. So at the wedding, we all hung out, had a great time, got blackout. Yeah.
It is weird when you hang out with your boyfriend and then another man who's been inside you. That is a weird... I mean, I don't want to spell it out for your boyfriend, Jason, who's here, but Nick Vial has been inside Kaitlyn before. And like, we all know it.
God.
Like, I know, isn't that weird? But listen, guys got to get over the fact that we've banged other people before.
Well, Jason has clearly banged other girls. It just wasn't on television.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I was in a room with her at a different wedding, and I knew he had been inside of her, and that was like, I was like, I don't even know her name.
Yeah, but you just knew. And what did you feel?
And I was like, you know what? I had so much respect for him in that moment because I was like, if that shit aired on TV, I would hate you.
Yeah. So he handles a lot. Like we were talking
so
backstage about like guys have to put up with a lot to date us in terms of like we talk very honestly.
Yeah. He knew that getting into this too. He was kind of like, I love that you say what's on your mind. And then after a few podcasts, he was like, okay, fucking reel it in, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you're a lot. Yeah.
Well, that is, people keep going like, Nikki, why do you want to go after Bachelor guys? And I'm like, first of all, I'm a fan of the franchise. I love the show.
All over myself.
And I love when Bachelors slide into my DM. Like I want to date any of the Bachelor guys. They're hot. And also if
like
you sign up for a reality show, you're willing to like really put yourself out there in a way that's like kind of embarrassing, and you're kind of like a comedian in the sense that like I say everything and anything. It's like it's almost like I'm on a reality show the way I talk about my personal life.
Yeah, but here's the difference: is that reality TV is so edited. Like it's
you're not
real.
in control of it though.
Also, I just spilled wine all over myself because I got a bunch of Botox above my lip.
I love you so much,
and I just went to sip my wine, and it just dribbled out the side of my mouth because I'm like a little numb.
Dude, what did you have done? Where did you get it?
The lip flip. All the men in here are like, why are we here?
I want the lip flip. Is that what's making your lip flip?
Yeah.
That is so
it's
good.
Like, here's the trick. You know the like smile? I used to be like this.
Oh yeah, I like that.
So
it
then
goes
you
away.
get a little,
I'm a thin lip bitch, and I've been one my whole life.
Yeah, I struggled with that
TLB for life. Where my TLBs at? Yeah, my thin lip bitches. I know you're out there. You can get lips now. You can just get lips.
you can just go and get lips. You can do that with boobs too, but I'm still part of the itty bitty titty committee.
Yeah, yours are so. Yeah,
there's nothing.
don't ever do anything to
I
those.
won't.
They're
I love these
perfect.
small boobs.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
like,
so
that's
good.
one of my favorite parts of my body is my small non-existent boobies.
But here's the thing about the lips, though, Kaitlyn. If you get your boobs done, that's kind of permanent. This, like, it goes away. So if you
Totally.
get a bad job, you're just like, it's like a bad haircut. Like, it'll grow out.
Go back.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's so the lip flip. You do a little Botox above here, and it literally just relaxes the lip, and it just makes it so you don't have to get a bunch of filler. It just relaxes it. But give filler too. I don't care.
Oh, I like that. Sometimes I'll just suck on my top lip, like,
Oh, that's like such a Kylie Jenner trick.
a lot, and then it's just like puffy the whole day. Like it's just way cheaper. And
You know what I did this morning? I woke up, I looked at Jason, I was like, oh my God, I'm so hungover. My lips are so swollen.
I know.
Yeah, it
it
was the
feels
best.
good.
I love
Yeah,
being
when you-
dehydrated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I've done Botox. I like Botox because it freezes the part of your head that shows empathy. So you can look psycho. Like you just
Right.
like can't be like I'm sorry. You're just like I'm sorry, and
Yeah.
you're not.
Yeah, and
oh
you're
my God,
not.
it gives you resting bitch face. I love
Yeah,
it.
I
I
love
gotta
it
get
too.
some more. I'm going to get my lips done next week. Actually, I'm very excited about it.
my
Every
God.
time though, I have an appointment and I freak out the day before because I always have some kind of like taping or something to do, and I don't.
Doesn't matter.
I'm scared
Lipstick.
it's gonna be huge, and then
That's great. That's what you want.
Yeah, that is what I want. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna text you
I'm
before I
gonna
do
come
it.
with you.
To be like, please do.
Okay,
'cause
I'm
I
coming.
always
Wait, I'm
cancel
coming
the
to
day
New
before.
York on the 20th of October. You want to go?
Oh, it's. Well, I'll have them done before then. But
okay.
maybe we'll
Well, I
go
can't
to
wait
get
to see them.
something else. What else can we get done? What else are you having done?
I don't know, but I just am like so shocked you haven't made fun of my outfit yet. I'm like
Really?
trying so hard to festival right now.
You are festivaling so hard.
Yeah, but
I
it's
mean,
like
you have a fanny
too
pack
hard.
of sorts.
I've never worn a fanny pack in my life till I was coming to life. This is my first music festival, and I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, should I wear a like band tee and a fanny pack and a wristband?
You
Is
look
that-
a little late for Coachella, is what I'm gonna tell you.
little late
You-
for
yeah,
Coachella.
you
That's
just- you
I
look
felt
like-
that. I really actually felt that.
No, you look amazing, and this purse is great because purses are cumbersome and they're always like hanging on you. It's a great look. How are you liking it?
Well, it's about what you put inside.
What is inside there?
Well,
Condoms. I like how so much is like into
Those
safe
are in
sex, which you
Jason's,
should
like,
be. Dental
toiletry bag.
dams.
peanut butter.
Okay. Also something you can put on your vagina.
Do you have a dog?
Now I do.
Oh yeah, just what?
I did have dogs, but I
my
gave them to
phone?
my parents. Oh, okay. Yes.
Another peanut butter.
Okay. Well, how are you eating this peanut butter, by the way? Just a
I just
fingering?
like it as a quick
Yeah.
snack. Like
Okay, you just kind of.
yeah. I did have prenatal gum. Oh yeah, I still do have a prenatal gummy.
Oh yeah, those are good for your
It's
hair.
got dog
skin.
hair on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, everyone's like, oh my god, she takes prenatal as she's trying to get pregnant. I'm like, no,
No,
it
I
does
just want
wonders for your
shiny hair, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I've got like an old man comb that's really dirty.
Okay. Just to give your
Yeah.
flyaways.
Yeah.
Not that you have any. There's a couple.
I don't know what this lid belongs to, but there's a lid.
I like jean.
Oh, ketchup! I didn't
Why
even
not?
prepare. This is like literally, Jason makes fun of me all the time because I always have condiments in my bags. Not condoms.
Close. Would not
condiments.
condoms, but we do have condiments. We have
And
condoms and mints.
And then
condiments.
just to like toot my own fucking horn here.
Yeah, what do we do? American Express Platinum? Is
Yeah.
that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what does that mean?
I'm in so much debt. That's what it means. I just wanted to get in the Delta Lounge at the airports.
Oh, it's so nice in there.
Yeah, it is. They got these new taco stands in the Delta airports, and I'm just like, that's my American Express. Just like that's how I justify
I know.
it.
Isn't it weird that you get excited about these little free things that literally it would cost $2 to just spend your own money, but it's
Airplane
free.
food,
So you're like,
for
I love
example,
it. Yes.
I live for airplane food.
It's so good.
It's not.
I feel like, but when it's up there, it's like shitty movies are good. Anything that's shitty is good because it's like,
Exactly.
you know,
That's what
not
I
a lot
mean. It's
to choose
so
from.
gross, but I'm like, you're serving me on a plane.
Yep.
This like
The guy you
kind
jerk
of-
off in the bathroom, he's not usually something that you. I'm just kidding. I've never done that. But
Jerk off in the bathroom.
I'm open to it.
Oh. We should make up a name for that because you know there's the Mile High Club.
The
for having
Mile High
sex.
Jerk. Yeah. The Mile High Jerk. Yeah.
Totally. Anyone done it? You just
Really,
wanted
a
to get
hand
noticed.
job in a bathroom?
I feel like, does anybody in the crowd have a good confession for us? Well, because you know on my podcast I do confessions all the time.
Yes.
What was yours last time?
Oh, I
something
think it was
about you
something
like
so
doing anal.
gross. Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
you
probably
did anal
that.
and you pooped a little bit.
What? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I shit on a guy once.
Yeah.
Just watch my Netflix special if you want to see it.
Yeah.
It's Oh God. Okay.
Did you talk
yeah.
about that on your Netflix special?
Yeah, I did. So everyone like thinks it's like a thing I'm known for is like she loves anal. And by the way, I don't do it. I haven't had anal for years because I haven't been in a relationship. I'm not shitting on guys willy-nilly around town. I ain't risking that. So I don't have like casual anal, but like I'm known for it. And it's because I did
That's
a
your
Netflix
thing?
special where I talked about anal for like the whole time. So like I did about 30 minutes about anal sex.
Oh, wow.
And I talked all about it, and I got like known for it. I swear to God, one time I was visiting my parents. This I know
Oh,
this
wow. We
connects.
went
Okay,
for- yeah, that's
I
a
know
weird
we jumped right to
transition.
my parents from anal, but so I was visiting my parents back home in St. Louis, and I was in the back of their car, and I got a Google alert for my name because I'm a narcissist, and it came up that I was on Perez Hilton. I was like, oh, that's exciting. And my mom reads that blog, and so I knew that would be a little nugget to give her. And she's like, oh, my daughter's on Perez Hilton. So I told her, I go, Mom, I'm on Perez Hilton. She goes, oh my God, Nick, that's so exciting. She goes, what is it? And I pulled it up, and it said, celebs who love anal, 3 exclamation marks. My face is the front header.
But you're like, I'm a celebrity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that was the part I was
Celebs
like,
was what stood
thank
out to me
you.
there, yeah.
But it was me and 9 porn stars. That's who it was.
Was it really?
Yeah, it really was like they couldn't find any other people that like anal admittedly
they just-
besides
you're
women
the
who
only
have done
one
it
that-
on film.
You're the one that talk about you talk about it though.
Well,
That's the
I feel
difference.
like everyone should be doing it. Okay, because
Sell me on it. I'm not into it.
Okay, let me sell you on it. It's not for everyone, but I just don't like. People are like, no, and guys don't want their asses touched ever, which is like, I understand if you have like a terrible asshole. Like a lot of guys have just awful assholes.
Really?
Like they eat spicy
I thought they
food.
all look the same.
Guys are secretly carrying around like Recticare in their like pockets.
Is
To
that a
soothe
thing?
their assholes. There are many men here with things hanging out of your little pieces of skin hanging out of your asshole. I swear to God, men are afflicted by this and they're not talking about it, but I know you're out there. And that's why you go, I don't want to finger by my ass, because your asshole's a fucking nightmare and you don't want to subject us to it. And I appreciate that. But if your asshole isn't a nightmare, you should explore back there a little bit. Because gay guys aren't. Why do you think gay men love anal sex? It's not because they have like a chip in their asshole that you don't. It feels good, okay? So maybe look into it a little bit. And girls, this is all in my Netflix special, but let me just give you the like Cliff's Notes of it, okay? You'll like anal if you love pooping, okay? So just stay with me. This is good. I know this is gross.
Okay.
Listen, we all poop.
I'm with
Kaitlyn,
you.
you poop,
I
right?
do.
Will you just say it so I'm not the only girl?
I poo.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. So if I'm not talking about some everyday old run-of-the-mill shit, I'm talking about the special ones that like are so like rewarding they make your eyes cross. That's what anal feels like. You know the ones where you've been holding it in and you haven't had the right moment, and then you find a gas station bathroom where it's like surprisingly clean and you're alone and no one's in line and there's like some symphony music playing and you can just let it go and you got the handicapped stall to yourself. That's what anal feels like.
Jason, where are you? We're
great.
doing anal tonight.
And do it tonight.
Tonight's your night.
The thing
It
about
was supposed to be on
anal,
your birthday, but Christmas came early this year.
Canadian Christmas.
yeah, it's a different date. It's tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the filthiest thing you can do, which is there's something about that's just like so fun. It's just doing something that you're just like, I am such a fucking filthy whore. Like it just
My favorite thing
feels
was I was
good.
listening to you upstairs and you were talking about if you like to get tied up.
Yes.
During sex. And I looked at Jason, I was like, I don't think I'm into that. And then you explained your theory and I was like, you're tying me up tonight?
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. It's forced laziness. So when a guy ties you up, you don't have to do anything to him. Like you don't have to touch his dick at all. And you can act like it's a struggle. You can be like, I want to, but like you don't. Just enjoy it. Lean in.
Yeah, lean into it.
Oh
I'm
my God.
really, really into that. I was kind of mad that Jason was watching with me because I was like,
Yeah.
genius.
He's listening now. Jason, tie this bitch up.
Yeah.
Put a blindfold on her too. Blindfolds are the best, girls. Guys, blindfold us, please. And then girls, act like you're struggling. Be like, oh no, how am I gonna come? Easily. Your eyes are closed. You can think of anything you want. Forced. I need to be forced to do everything. That's kind of like my thing. Like, you know, like if I want to dress hot, I have to be like, oh no, they made me wear this. Like that's why I did. That said, I did Dancing with the Stars because I was like, oh, I can dress like a slut for once.
Wait, you did Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah.
Wait,
we got to get you on that show.
They won't let me. Ever.
I don't understand why
I do. I'll tell you exactly why I can't go on Dancing with the Stars.
Because you're too good of a dancer.
No,
that's one
like
of the
that.
things. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so that's not the reason. What is it, Kaitlyn?
Anybody that listens to this podcast knows why I cannot go on Dancing with the Stars, and it's because, and I will say this with a mic in my hand and a smile on my face, that Mike Fleiss is a piece of shit. Yeah. He is the creator of The Bachelor, and he hates women.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah.
that show would never indicate that.
Right. Yeah.
I
so he lets all the bachelors go on, and the only reason he let this season Hannah go on Dancing with the Stars is because, well, I hope I had something to do with it, that I said something, but because he's in hot water because there's some shit that came out on him about abusing his wife. So he's like, look at me, I love women.
Yes. Okay. So
I'll
now,
never, as long as he's in power with ABC, I will never get on that show.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I love this. I didn't even know who this person was. But
you.
you know what? I've got a little beef with Dancing with the Stars as well because I also felt a little bit, well, they kicked me off the show and it's crazy because you're involved in this thing that you're working so hard on for a month and literally the show convinces you that nothing else matters. I got kicked off the show and I couldn't function. I didn't even want to go on to that show. I didn't care about dancing. I'd never danced. And then I got kicked off and I was sitting at lunch with my friend in New York after they claw machined me out of it and spit me back on the East Coast the next day on a red eye. They're like, get the fuck away from the show as quickly as possible. No one checks in on you. No one's like, we loved having you. We'll miss you. It's just like, bye bitch, gone.
Yeah.
And the next day I'm at lunch just crying in a booth with my friend. I just can't believe I'll never dance again. Crazy. I have a whole life, but I was just and she's like, well, I have Lyme disease, so I don't really want to hear about this. I'm like, my salsa could have been stronger if Gleb and I had just worked. It just makes you a crazy person. So
that's what reality TV does to you, though.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I really felt for you guys on The Bachelorette and The Bachelor. I saw how it works and how much you can get invested in it, and you think it's all that matters. Because people go, they don't really fall in love on The Bachelor and Bachelorette. They don't fall in love. I got in. There's a clip of me on Comedy Central. I'm in a booth on this show called This Week at the Comedy Cellar, and I was talking to two comedians, and we all talk about news events, and they brought up The Bachelorette, and my friend Ian goes, that's not real. Their love isn't real. And I go, you know what, Ian? It is fast. It happens quickly, and it seems like it's maybe these people aren't that good of actors. No offense.
No.
If they were all acting, that would be insane. They'd all win Academy Awards.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
The show is made. It's an environment. They make you to fall in love so fast. That's what I love about The Bachelorette. Is in The Bachelor, they're really falling in love. You're watching people really have emotions, and it's fucking crazy.
I was convinced I wanted to move to Iowa and marry a farmer.
That is so
convinced.
Wild.
Yeah. I was like, he is the person for me. Yeah.
I was like, all these girls that are dying to move to this shithole town where the guy is eventually going to get in a drunk driving accident and have... you saw it coming. He had a drinking problem, clearly. And I was just like, don't marry this guy and give up your life. Did he choose Whitney? The girl that talked like this?
Yeah.
Whitney, who was just like, I want to be a mom.
Yeah.
I remember.
She's a mom now. She's a mom now.
She did it.
Yeah,
I wanted to be
it.
a mom.
Yeah.
And now I'm a mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does convince you. I mean, you felt like you were in love with him and everything. You were devastated. I remember you getting kicked off whatever season that was.
I was in Bali in a terrible sarong with my hair in a bun.
Oh yeah, and that's the part I love. That's when I knew I loved Kaitlyn so much because she was wearing was it green?
Yeah. It was pink and green.
Okay,
green and pink,
you had this sarong on and she's in the car. She gets into the SUV and she's just like and then she puts on her seatbelts while sobbing responsibly. And I was like, I love that fucking bitch. She cares about her life, even though she feels like her life is over right now. She knows it's not. That's a symbol. She's going to continue on, and she's going to be fine. And she's going to have a line of scrunchies and wine someday. And she's going to make Chris Soules, who's in prison right now. You won. You won.
Yeah, okay. I literally was in that vehicle, and I'm looking, and we're in Bali, and there's families with babies on their little mopeds.
I know.
With no helmets on, and I was like, like putting on my seatbelt, thinking
But I
my
just
life was
remember,
over.
I love people who wear seatbelts. I don't understand if you think you're too cool for a seatbelt. And there's always that one person that's like, my friend survived because he wasn't wearing one. It's just like,
Always.
I can't wait for you to die when you're not wearing one. You idiot. Put on a seatbelt. Stop trying to look cool.
Why
and so
is
when
that
you put a
cool?
seatbelt on, I was like, you're the coolest bitch. I don't know. People don't wear If you don't wear seatbelts, you're a loser, okay? You're a fucking loser.
I totally agree with that. That's why I put mine on. I was like, I can't look like a loser on TV as I'm crying over
by the way-
crystals.
Yes. Here's the thing about the seatbelt thing, because sometimes I'll be riding with my friends and they'll go like, I don't care, Nikki. And I go, well, you know what? When our car flips, your stupid body is going to be flying all over this thing and you're going to hit me in the face with your knee. And then I'm going to die because you weren't wearing one. I don't care if you die. Protect me from your stupid body.
Yeah, I feel like
So
everybody
buckle
will
up for your
always-
friends.
Yeah, everybody is going to think of us now when they buckle up their
They
seatbelt.
should. I want to shame you if you don't buckle your seatbelt and if you don't wear a helmet. Like one time I yelled at a kid, put on a helmet, and he got distracted and ran into a tree. I'm not even joking you. So that backfired. So.
That happened to me once. I was looking at one of those, you know when
crazy.
your like vehicle's dirty and you write "wash me" in the
Yes.
dirt. So I was doing that. I'm riding my bike and I looked back at my friend. I was very young, so I thought this was funny. And I was like, wash me. And she was like, what? And I was like, wash me. And I ran into the back of the vehicle head first.
Into the dirty
And
car?
she thought I said, watch me. And she's like, why would you want me to watch you just go head first in this van? I was like crying on the ground, but I was like, it says wash me. That's
And then
so
your
funny.
face imprinted right next to
Yeah,
wash me.
it was really funny. It was really funny. Can I
Okay.
tell what?
Whoa. We just had Jinx like 8 times in a row.
But now I want to know what you were going to say because mine
Okay,
was
well,
stupid.
I was gonna get back to Ashley and Jared's wedding because I want more details.
Okay.
I want like who like embarrassed themselves, who got too drunk, who
No,
like
they didn't give you the opportunity.
you signed an NDA, didn't you?
No,
What? No, they didn't have one? Oh
I
my
didn't sign
God.
anything.
Okay.
Honestly, it all happened so fast, and then the party, I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna get weird, and then they just shut it down.
Oh.
It was like there was no time to get weird.
There was no party?
Well, we went to an okay.
Oh, there was an
it
after
got weird.
party. Okay,
We
okay.
went back to Ben Higgins' Airbnb.
Oh, shut up. I
Yeah,
can't believe
he wasn't wearing a shirt.
Dude,
Yeah.
I gotta tell, I didn't even finish my Ben Higgins thing. Like, I'm legit obsessed with Ben Higgins. And he knows it too. Like, it's so, I'm not even joking you. I had Elon from, one of the producers on The Bachelor. I wrote to him years ago and was like, listen, I'm really into Ben Higgins. If you ever get a chance to like, let him like lay some groundwork with him, just let him know that I'm into him or something, And he was like, I do this for a living, Nikki. I can do this. And then, so he was like, I make people fall in love for a living. I'll work on it.
He's
And
so
then
good.
Ben was like always out of town when I was like traveling in Denver performing. He was like in Honduras making coffee, saving children. And so I never he couldn't come to my shows or whatever. So he's very aware. And I knew that if he were into me, he would follow me on Instagram. Like that's just what you do, right?
Oh, okay.
Like if you're into someone, yes, it's
Yeah.
what you do. So I knew he wasn't into me as soon as he didn't follow me on Instagram. But
Or
that
maybe
didn't
he's like
stop
playing
me.
that game.
No. Okay, that's sorry. I have had so many girlfriends be like, he's just like playing hard to get. Or like, if a guy isn't chasing you, he like doesn't like you. It's always
That's
the way
true.
it is.
That's very fair.
But every single time with a guy, I convince myself he's scared. He's so scared
He's
of
intimidated
his love
by
for me.
my humor. I told myself that all the time.
Yeah, people always go, Nikki, they're intimidated by you. I'm like, or they don't want a girlfriend who's going to talk about their dick on stage. Like that could also be a thing.
Jason's learning that lesson right now.
Yeah. It's just, but anyone
He's got a
with
great
Ben
dick, by
Higgins,
the way.
Who? Jason has a
Yeah,
great dick?
great dick.
Wait, tell me about it. Me and my friends draw dicks on,
Where is he?
it's good. What's it like?
Well, just imagine like the best dick you've ever had.
Really?
That's it.
Oh my God, good job, girl.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Me or him?
I'm proud of his parents. That's who I'm proud of. They made that
They
dick.
made that. Yeah.
Or
That's-
did God?
Yeah, they made that.
yeah, it's
Dale,
so fun.
Dale and oh my God, Dale, don't listen to this podcast.
Do you think Jason's like, my girlfriend has the best pussy to his guy friends in front
I
of a live
hope
studio
so.
audience? Yeah.
I hope so.
I know. I want them to do that too. I was saying in my set right before this about how like my ex-boyfriend, I used to send him so many videos and pictures, like hot stuff. And I'd always check with him and be like, have you shown your friends that? And he'd be like, no. And I'm like, could you? Like,
Yeah. Because you don't send out a bad one.
I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
Like
if
I
you
work
put out
hard.
a nudie or like a picture of your vagina, you know you feel good about it.
Yes,
You would never put
exactly.
that out into the universe unless you felt good about it.
Every time I send one off, I'm like, I'm okay with everyone seeing this.
Yeah. Totally. I was
Yeah.
talking about this actually yesterday on my podcast. There's a chart, if you will, about vagina types.
Oh yeah. I'm a 7. I'm
What's-
just kidding. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what that is,
but I'm on the chart for.
I think women need to know that all vaginas are different.
Yeah,
and
mine
they're all
looks like
beautiful.
the headband you're wearing right now. It's
Oh. Great. This
it's the
like
same
right
color.
here.
It's the same
Oh,
texture.
the color or the knot?
No, the knot really is more symbolic of what's going on down there.
Oh.
You're right, girl. We need to talk about vaginas a little bit more.
Yeah.
I have a theory, and support me on this. I recently noticed this trend of like, and this is gonna get back to vaginas in a second.
Okay.
Actually, it starts with the vaginas, but
Okay.
it's gonna get back to
You're
like
gonna
us
circle back.
feeling bad about our pussies.
Okay.
Which every girl in here has hated their vagina at some point. Like,
Never.
what?
Never.
Then you have like a little tiny little
Paper
dime
cut.
slot. Oh, I hate you so much. I hate you and your stupid pussy. Your perfect little puss. I legit, you remind me of one of my friends. One of my friends thought she had herpes and she was scared to go to the doctor even with it. But I'm like, she knew that I wouldn't tell anyone except this audience. And so, so my friend Kara, she, no, it's not her name. It's close though. It's so close. It's too close. I couldn't even think of another letter. Okay.
It's Tara. I'll say it for you.
So Kara asked me to check out her vagina to see. Have you ever had a friend be like, I think I have something
Yeah.
weird, and they drop trow,
Yeah.
and she had one of your vagina. She had like a vagina like yours, and I'm like, I hope you have herpes. Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of my apartment with this shit. We can't ever talk again.
Yeah.
This is so exquisite.
But maybe she has
Exquisite,
one of
I
those
bet.
bad buttholes to make up for it.
Oh, I hope so. You're
Yeah.
right. I hope she does.
You can't have two good ones, even though I do.
Oh my God. I am so jealous of your. Okay, so maybe not every girl has hated their vagina at one point, minus Kaitlyn
98%.
Bristowe.
Okay, maybe I did at one point before I got laser hair removal.
Oh, is that okay? Oh, because of the hair?
Yeah, maybe I was
I'm
like, ew, you're
dying
gross.
to see your vagina, and I'm going to make you show it to me one day. We're not close enough now, but
Okay.
you're going to show it to me.
We're there.
I need to see it.
I will show you backstage.
Oh my God. Please do. You don't want to see mine. I'll describe mine. Mine's like a hastily packed suitcase. Like that's kind of my situation. It's not terrible. It's not as bad as some other women I've looked online. I've seen what it could be. And a lot of roast beef, that's what guys say. Roast beef, 5 for $5. Okay, sir, I get it.
The
and you know
one
what?
guy in the whole audience
It's
says roast
dead
beef.
on. It's dead on. You nailed it. It's exactly what it looks like. I hate that they look like meaty sandwiches, but they do. And it makes you feel bad. If you're a girl like me, and there's lots of them, a lot of girls are late for their flights tonight and packed up real quick, if you know what I'm saying. So if you have a vagina like mine, you've felt weird about it before, and this is the thing. Men don't eat pussy enough, and it's a problem facing our nation, and it's the platform of my campaign. Would you say it's even for like the amount of blowjobs that are given to the amount of pussy that's eaten in straight relationships? Whoa, I didn't even have to finish that goddamn sentence.
Wow, I am truly, truly blessed.
I know. Well, okay, but before Jason, did you feel like it was even?
No!
Thank you. God, can we clone Jason? Is there a way?
You
What do
should.
we do?
He is a godsend.
Thank you. I really appreciated what you guys just said there because I feel so seen because I was in a relationship where like I sucked his dick literally every time we hooked up and he ate my pussy like once a year. And it's like, that
A
is
year?
not okay. And
Why'd you keep doing it?
Because when a guy doesn't eat your pussy, you're like, I must be gross. Like, you just feel bad about it. So you feel like making him do it. You're like, I don't want to make him do something that he doesn't want to do. Meanwhile, I'm sucking his dirty dick all the time.
Ew!
It's like, and I'm not dirt. Like, sometimes it's dirty and it's great. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I'm not just giving blowjobs because I'm like, they taste good. Like, I'm doing them because they feel good to you. Thus,
Very
eat my
selfless.
fucking pussy. I don't give a fuck if you want to or not.
It's my favorite thing when women clap for that kind of stuff.
It's
Like,
not optional.
Yeah.
It's not. The
Especially
guys.
if their boyfriend's like sitting next to them. And they're like,
Seriously.
yes!
Every time you suck a dick, your pussy should get eaten, or you should at least have the option. If you want it, you should get it, because it is not even. It needs to change, and I'm sick of it. And it's like, I noticed this though, because I was at brunch with my friends the other day, and my friend started dating this guy recently who eats her pussy every time they hook up. And she's like, guys, he goes down on me fucking every time. And we all like toasted to this.
Yeah.
Like she got a promotion or something. Like this shouldn't be an event. I don't literally, I think I know a lot of men who are like, I just don't like eat pussy. Like there are a lot of men who find it's like an optional thing for them, and they don't feel like they have to. Yet I don't know a single woman who's like, I don't suck dick. I literally don't know.
My friend doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say her name because everybody knows her, but she doesn't.
She doesn't suck dick.
No, she said that she feels like it's like very high school to suck dick.
Oh my God.
Like she's like, yeah, it's just not for me, and she doesn't do it, and she's married.
And that's how. Okay, so, that was my point. You can stop sucking dick when you get married, but before you're married, it's a fucking prerequisite. You have to bring it with you. Every time you hook up, you have to suck dick. Like it's not gonna not happen. And so just eat my pussy is what I'm saying. It's like, I don't care if you want to or not. And when guys don't eat pussy, I'm always just like, okay, you're gay. Like, you're probably kind of gay. That's my new thing. If you don't eat, which makes sense. I would hate eating pussy too if I had to do it because I couldn't tell my dad who I really was. Like, I would also hate it. So if you don't eat pussy, you're kind of gay, which isn't a problem. Like, be gay and don't eat my pussy. That's fine.
Right.
I'm open to dating a guy who's kind of gay. Bisexual men I'm into. I think they're hot because some days I look like a man and I'd like my boyfriend to like me on every day.
I actually did date a guy who was bisexual.
I don't mind it at all. I literally don't.
I was 20 years old.
Yeah?
I didn't know at the time.
Right.
I should have.
Oh, yeah.
I met him in ballet class. For real. I really did.
No, that's so funny, Kaitlyn. You didn't know.
I really
what
did.
What the fuck?
And I was like, oh my God, he's such a good dancer. This is so hot. And so we moved in together. And
no way.
Well, I was like a struggling dancer, and I had 4 people in a one-bedroom apartment.
Struggling dancer?
Yes.
That's so cool. You've had so many lives.
I have. It was wild.
I was also a struggling dancer on Dancing with the Stars. Oh boy.
You
Struggling
totally
that
get
whole
me.
month.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a second. So you're a struggling dancer. You're living with a bisexual guy that was in your ballet class.
Yes.
You're 20. You don't know he's bisexual. How did you find out?
Instagram.
What?
Yeah, like down the road.
Down the road.
Like a year ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
So now is he gay or is he bisexual?
Bi.
He's bi.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's lovely. And he had a really great sense of humor.
Did he eat your pussy?
No.
Exactly. Okay. So
that's why I said I should have known. But I mean, I was like, oh, we're 20. Like maybe he hasn't done it before. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he was so great. And he also was deaf.
What?
I'm not lying.
Wow. You like completely deaf?
Yeah, which I think says a lot about my heart.
Yeah. You're such a good person.
I'm such a good
person. To date
person.
a deaf bi guy. I mean, that is...
Yeah. It's a tragic story, actually.
Wait a second. He's completely deaf. And how did you communicate with him?
Well, because he has a cochlear implant.
Okay, yes. One of the videos that you watch online and you cry when the baby's like...
Yes.
Like finally hears its mom.
Yes. They hear for the first time and they look to see their mom.
Yeah, they just go, whoa.
Yeah.
Suddenly they're like, what?
Yeah.
It's the cutest thing ever.
It's the cutest video, and those really like...
I watch them all the time when I need to cry or come
those
or whatever.
Cut to the core of me every time because...
You know when you're just like, do I need to cry or come? And then you just like pull up a video of a baby who's learning to hear the first time.
And you're like, oh,
like
it was a
coming
cry.
so much. No, wait, crying. I mixed them up.
Oh my God. I love you.
I'm so gross. But those are the ones that always make me cry. Okay, so
value humor is my favorite. I could just listen to you talk all day. But
well,
yeah,
thank you. I really need to pull it back if I want to find love.
But
okay.
I'm telling you, he was really cute. And anyways, it ended up that we became friends, and I'm like just really happy for his career now.
So he could hear by the time you met him.
Yeah, unless he had
but
the
it was
implant
his
out.
voice a
so
little
like
bit...
if we got in a fight, he'd like pull it out and be like,
oh wow.
Yeah, joke was on me.
I once dated a guy with no sense of smell. Okay, which you're like,
that would do
great.
bad things
I could
to me.
fart around him all the time.
Yeah.
Like you just do one of
hate
these where
showering.
you like spread and then he won't. I'm never gonna find love. Okay, so you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? A silent one. And I was like, great, this is perfect. But then, the worst thing happened.
He didn't lose his hearing.
Wait,
He
what?
can still hear you fart.
No, not if you spread your butt cheeks. It doesn't make a sound.
Oh.
You don't know
Life
that?
hack.
Who doesn't know that?
Oh.
Did you just learn that?
Oh, yeah,
you
no,
need to be
just
using
kidding.
that, girl. It's
Just
a great
kidding.
one. It comes out as a whisper. Like it's a great technique. Anyway, so I just changed so many lives. If you don't know that, your life is gonna be different after this day. I'm so excited for you. So he didn't have a sense of smell. And the first time we were ever we kind of had a long distance thing where we got to know each other over
Quick, tell us.
Yeah, we got to know each other over like a couple months, and then we were meeting up for the first time to like have sex and like be boyfriend and girlfriend. And he got to the hotel room, and I could tell he was maybe like nervous. And he went and he took a shit, and like he didn't know that it smelled so bad. And then I had to fuck him to the smell of his shit wafting through the room. And I didn't have to fuck him, but I was 24, so like I had to fuck him. You know, like it's before you have any autonomy over your own body, so you're like, I promised him I would, so I will. You know those fucks where you're like, I'm just raping myself with his body at this point. I'm letting this happen and I don't want it. And he has no idea. Is this the way to end a podcast? I don't know what happened, but this fell off the goddamn wheels at some point.
Yeah, but my favorite is that somebody was like, oh, you know, we talk about artists and like music. And I'm like, or we can talk about.
That was so funny when he came out and told you like authors and musicians talk to each other and sit down and have a really intellectual conversation about composition and tone and style. And we're just like fucking fart with your butt cheeks spread open and it won't make a sound, Kaitlyn.
Well, change your lives. I'm like, I live in Nashville, so I'm like totally a songwriter now. So there, we said one thing.
Oh yeah, that just happens when you move there.
Yeah, you're just immediately a singer-songwriter.
Yeah, like Jed. Oh, God. Oh, Jed.
Oh, Jed.
Our hearts, our souls. I'm a liar. I fucking cheated. Oh, Jed. God, wait a second. What just in closing? This season of The Bachelorette, when she chose Jed over Tyler, what was she thinking?
But she's killing it on Dancing with the Stars.
She's killing it. She's going to be in love with her partner, Alan Bernson. But Tyler, and then he dates Gigi Hadid.
Yeah.
I felt for Hannah
The ultimate
so bad.
revenge. Like,
I
you dummy, I'm
know.
going to date Gigi Hadid.
Oh my God. You look like her, by the way. Kaitlyn Bristowe, everyone. Kaitlyn Bristowe. Ending on a compliment.
Nikki Glaser. Make sure to check out Off the Vine and Bangin' Out October 1st. Should we give him a rock star pose real quick?
Kaitlyn Bristowe, Nikki Glaser, thank you so much. And of course, thank you so much to our resident Bachelor Nation expert, Liam Matthews.
Oh, this was a lot of fun.
Now, a podcast to fall in love.
A beautiful podcast to fall in love. An unofficial Bachelor Nation show from TV Guide.
A beautiful podcast to fall in love is off air for a couple months because you guys follow the seasons. When are y'all coming back?
Yes, so we'll be back in January to recap Peter's season of The Bachelor, which is coming up.
And you're going to be recapping every week. Every Tuesday you drop a show.
Yes.
Well, Liam, please agree to this before you leave. Next time we have another Bachelor or Bachelorette on the show, come join us again.
I would love to.
Yes, thanks so much, man. I want to give a huge thanks to Life is Beautiful for inviting the Talkhouse out this year. And big shouts to everyone who is working with us on the ground there. Ray Livingston, Kellyanne Schilke, Victor Villicana, you rule the school. Thanks so much. This talk was recorded by Logan Shields with Mark Yoshizumi, who's also our co-producer. Listeners, make sure to check out @Talkhouse on socials for some fantastic pictures and video from behind the scenes @Life is Beautiful. And of course, subscribe to the show wherever fine podcasts are served to make sure you catch the other great episodes recorded there. Make sure to check out Nikki Glaser's new Netflix special, Bangin'. And while we're on the topic of comedians, if you came to today's show because you're a big fan of comedy, check out our archives for past episodes with guests like Deep Breath, David Cross, Jean Grey, Carrie Brownstein, Tim Heidecker, Chris Gethard, Craig Robinson, Adam Conover, Todd Barry, Raphael, Bob Waxberg, Abby Jacobson, and lots more greats. If you found us through Life is Beautiful, check out episodes from last year's fest featuring Sylvanesso, Jabuki Young White, The Drums, and loads more. If you came to us via the Bachelor Nation connection, I'm sorry, but we have nothing else for you at the moment. check out Liam's A Beautiful Podcast to Fall in Love from TV Guide for all the latest in that universe. Till next week, I'm Ellie Einhorn. Peace and bangin'.